Now that I have your attention, let me tell you to stay tuned to watch this easy video tutorial on the Daffodil Table Centre by Sweet Pea. Place your batting directly on top of the stabilizer and stitch it down using your machine. This secures the batting and creates a nice padded base for our design. Once it's secure, you can unhoop the frame to trim the batting. Leave a tiny margin of about 1 to 2 millimeters from the stitching line. This small allowance helps reduce bulk and ensures your edges stay smooth and professional. Now it's time to build the background for our daffodils. Stitch the placement lines for the 3 sections. These lines act as our guide, showing us exactly where to place our fabrics. For the top section, take fabric A, lay it right side up over the placement line and stitch it down. Other than making these beautiful designs, my favorite thing about our K.I.S.S projects is the monthly Facebook group, where the community comes together to share their progress, compete in a monthly competition, and just have an all-round good time. If this sounds like a group for you, I'll leave a link for that Facebook group in the description below. Then carefully trim the edges, leaving a small seam allowance. Repeat this process with fabric B for the middle section and another piece of fabric A for the bottom. Now let's add some beautiful borders to frame our design. Start by stitching the placement line for each section. These lines will show us exactly where our borders will go. Take a piece of fabric C and place it wrong side up, overlapping the placement line for section 1 by 1/4 inch. Angle the extra fabric towards the bottom right or left depending on your panel, and stitch it down. Then flip the fabric over so the right side is facing up. Hold it taut and stitch again to secure it in place. This flip and fold technique creates a nice, clean edge. Trim any excess fabric, remembering to leave a seam allowance for a neat finish. Repeat this process for sections 2 through 4. If this video tutorial is helping you stitch out the Daffodil Table Centre, please remember to give it a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, let's add some depth and personality to our daffodil design with quilting. Stitch the quilting design on all 3 background sections. These embroidered details add texture and dimension, making your piece truly stand out. Now let's bring our daffodil to life, petal by petal. We'll start with the back petals. Stitch the placement lines. These are our guides for positioning the fabric. Take fabric D for the half petal and place it on top of the placement line and stitch it down securely. Now carefully trim the fabric, leaving a small seam allowance. This will give us a nice clean edge. Then repeat this process with fabric E for the full petal. Once you've trimmed both petals, it's time to add some beautiful detail. Embroider the quilting followed by the satin stitch. This is where the petals really start to take shape and gain dimension. Next we'll move on to the front petals. Use fabric F for the full petal place on line and stitch down. And then carefully trim the fabric. Then follow up with fabric G for the half petal, stitching it down and trimming as well. Remember to trim carefully, ensuring the fabric sits nicely within the seam allowance. Now complete the petals with a satin stitch and those intricate embroidery details. This is where your daffodil really starts to shine and show its personality. Now for the finishing touch on our daffodil, the iconic trumpet. This is the defining feature that makes a daffodil a daffodil. Begin by stitching the place and lines for the trumpet and then lay fabric H over them. Secure it with a stitch and then carefully trim away any excess fabric. Now let's add some texture and detail. Add the quilting and intricate embroidery details. Finally, finish with a clean satin stitch around the edges. Now that our beautiful daffodils are complete, it's time for the final touches. Carefully remove your design from the hoop, then trim the seams down to about 1/2 inch. Now to create a matching set. Simply repeat the entire process for the other panel. And there you have it, a gorgeous pair of daffodil panels. Alright, let's put it all together now. It's time to join our beautiful blocks. First things first, lay your blocks out on a nice flat surface. Now, take a step back and admire your handiwork. See how the colours and patterns flow together. Once you're happy with your layout, let's grab the first 2 blocks and place them right sides together. That means pretty sides facing each other. Now for a crucial tip. Carefully align those corners and most importantly those satin stitch points. Precision is key here. Use a few pins or clips to hold everything snugly in place. This little extra step will make a world of difference in the final look of your piece. Trust me, no one wants wonky seams. Now head over to your sewing machine. We're going to start by tacking those satin stitch points. This quick little steps acts like an anchor, keeping everything perfectly aligned when we stitch the full seam. Speaking of seams, you'll want to sew just inside the outer border line that's already on the blocks. This ensures stitches won't peek through on the right side later. Once you have stitched the seam, open it up gently and press it flat with your iron. This pressing magic is so important. It ensures your blocks lay smooth and professional, and it makes the rest of the process so much easier. Think of it as ironing out any little wrinkles in your project's journey. Now that our blocks are joined, let's prepare the backing. First, grab your measuring tape and carefully measure the length and width of your table center. Now add an inch of extra fabric on each side for some wiggle room. It's always better to have a little extra than to come up short. Using those measurements, cut a piece of fabric eye to size. Then take your scissors and slice this piece right down the middle. This will become your two backing panels. Take those two pieces of fabric eye and place them right sides together, just like we did with the blocks. Pin along one edge and using a 1/2 inch 12.5mm seam allowance, stitch the seam. Now for a little secret, leave a 5 inch 13cm gap in the middle of this seam. It's how we'll turn our project right side out later. It's like a little secret passage. After stitching, press the seam open with your iron. Now here's the exciting part, putting it all together. Lay your sewn table center on top of the backing fabric, right sides facing each other. Lightly pin or clip the layers together to keep everything from shifting. If it helps, you can trim the backing fabric to match the front piece at this stage. Back to the sewing machine we go. Stitch a 1/2 inch 12.5mm seam all the way around the edges, staying just inside the border stitching. Now for a little trick to make those corners extra sharp. Clip the corners and trim the edges down to about a 1/4 inch, 6mm. This reduces bulk and gives your final project that polished, professional look. Next, it's time for the big reveal. Carefully turn your project right side out through the opening you left in the backing seam. Here's a pro tip for perfect corners. Use the point of a chopstick, a turning tool like that pink thing, or even a knitting needle to gently push out those corners and seams. Be gentle but firm. It's these small details that make a huge difference in the end. Once it's turned, give the whole piece a good press to smooth everything out. Now, to close up that backing seam, you have a couple of options. For a truly invisible finish, you can hand stitch it closed with a slip stitch. If you're short on time or prefer a quicker message, a dab of fabric glue will do the trick. Either way, it'll look fantastic. And you're done. Now celebrate that creation of yours. Well, that wraps up my video tutorial on the Daffodil Table Centre. Please remember to head over to swpa.com to purchase this design and to find many more designs as good as this one, as well as an array of sewing supplies that will help you on many projects to come.